Radio Wānaka, good morning. Today we're joined by a local athlete, Dougal Allan, a top endurance athlete known for his success in the Coast to Coast and many other awesome endurance races. Now a cycler with Team New Zealand in the America's Cup, Dougal has made an exciting transition from multi-sport racing to high-speed sailing. Dougal joins me now live from Barcelona. Good morning, Dougal.
Good morning, Jack. I think one of us is morning, one of us is evening, but we've made it work.
We definitely have, yes. It's 7 o'clock here. Dougal, I'm saying that right. Is it cyclor? Cycler?
Cyclor, which, I was a cyclor with Team New Zealand for probably the best part of a year before someone finally told me it's a combination of the words cyclist and sailor. So that's sort of how it's come about. I didn't know that for a long time, but kind of makes sense when it's said that way.
Now, Dougal, I had to Google what it actually looks like because I had seen the grinders on a sailboat before, but I'd never seen a cyclor on a sailboat. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, it's probably a bit hard for people to see what we're up to down in our little cockpits, but I know there's been a new initiative in the Louis Vuitton Challenger Series lately where they've installed some cameras into cockpits so people can get a bit more of an idea and an appreciation, I suppose, for what the cyclors are doing. But, it's pretty grim. It's not the sort of, job a lot of people would want to sign up for, but for some reason it suits me, and, I've been really enjoying it.
Yeah, so, Dougal, this is your second year with the team?
Yeah, exactly. I trialled for Emirates Team New Zealand at the end of 2022 and got the call up just before Christmas, and so it's been not even 2 years, really, but a pretty intense and focused period with the Cup now next month. So yeah, in that less than 2 years, I've learnt so much. I've made lots of friends within the team. There's about 120 people within Team New Zealand. And it'll all be over before I know it. So I'm really just focusing on embracing each day and doing the best I can and trying to really appreciate the opportunity that it is, really.
Dougal, going from high endurance racing with multi-discipline and multi-sport, going into this sport, what was that transition like for you?
I was ready for something new. I've been doing multi-sport and triathlon events like the Challenge Wānaka and things for more than 15 years, probably closer to 20. And so, yeah, it's been a pretty cool transition from just a stimulus point of view, I guess, new challenges and learning so much along the way. So that part's been really cool. Physically, it's been a bit of a transition too. A lot of the racing I was doing would be for the best part of a day and even up towards sort of a week of non-stop racing. So naturally, when you're racing for that period of time, you've sort of got to dial back on the intensity and pace your way through an endurance event. The America's Cup races are likely to last between 20 and 25 minutes, so much shorter, but certainly a lot more intense. So that's been, the biggest change moving from endurance sport into being a cyclor.
Now, Dougal, have you had any unusual or crossover moments when you're doing what you're doing with Emirates Team New Zealand, training for multi-sport, to you're sitting in this little cockpit, you're locked in there for 25 to 30 minutes in a race? What are those moments like going, oh, wow, I'm here, I'm powering this sailboat?
Yeah. I guess there's not too much time to sort of reflect too much on what you're doing because you're so immersed in getting the job right. We've got information coming at us through our ears, through the communication with the sailors, but also on a screen that sits in front of us where we're looking at data that sort of helps inform the way we need to push the pedals. So it's one of those things where you're just so immersed in the here and now that you don't really get too much time to sort of consider just how strange and exciting the whole thing is. But I think, we raced the final preliminary regatta took place last month, and we managed to win that in the final against Luna Rossa. And I have to say it was probably the hardest thing I've done physically. It was probably halfway through the race where I realised I didn't really have too much juice left in the legs, and of course it was a real tight race and there was still a lot more needed from the sailors from our legs. So that was a moment where I thought, man, it's amazing how much deeper you can go when there's a bigger reason than just yourself to push yourself, which there was in that moment. So yeah, I still sort of shudder a little bit thinking back to just how hard that preliminary final was, but also quite an empowering experience at the same time.
Dougal, going from endurance sports where it's you're relying on yourself essentially, and you do have a team, of course, with your wife and family and friends behind you, but a lot of it's on you. Going to a team environment, what was that transition like for you?
Oh, it was, yeah, to be quite frank, it's been the highlight of this whole thing for me, becoming part of such a big team with an established and successful history. Incredible people doing incredible things. The vast majority of the team are Kiwis, which just says so much about our nation and how we like to just roll our sleeves up and in a sport that's just so innovative like sailing, and when we're up against all the other teams that have much bigger budgets than ours, it's just been incredible to see firsthand how we go about things as Kiwis, limited budget, thinking outside the square, rolling our sleeves up, bit of number 8 wire, and I've just been so inspired by everyone within the team. That's the design team, the boat building team, the sailing team. There's so many moving parts, but yeah, becoming part of the team is something I would consider the highlight of the whole experience.
That's incredible. Dougal, before I let you get back to your morning, I know it's nice and early for you in Barcelona right now. Most rewarding part of this whole journey over the last almost 2 years for you?
I'd say the most rewarding part really, as simple as it sounds, is just being part of Emirates Team New Zealand. I think most Kiwis that follow sport would agree that alongside teams like the All Blacks and the Silver Ferns, Emirates Team New Zealand would have to be one of our most prestigious teams. And I never thought, as I neared the end of my endurance career, that there would be an opportunity to be part of something quite so special. So it's been a massive highlight. I'm looking forward to the America's Cup next month, but looking forward to getting back to Wānaka in November, swapping roles with Amy, my wife, who works with Ray White, and be the support crew for a while, because I think she deserves that. And I'm really looking forward to slowing things down a little bit, spending more time with the kids and just enjoying being back in Wānaka.
Awesome. Get some Ks out in nature. We miss you here.
Thanks so much, Jack. I really appreciate it. I get a lot of messages from people back home. And the big thing for me is the young people in the community, the kids in Wānaka. I just think it's such a symbolic thing that you can be from Wānaka and you can still be part of something like Emirates Team New Zealand, which is an Auckland-based team racing in Barcelona. I mean, how international is that? And it's all possible coming from Wānaka. So hopefully a few kids hear this and dream big and know that it's all out there for them.
Dream big. Dougal Allan, I like it. Parting words, you're an absolute legend. Endurance athlete, known for many, many things, but currently in Emirates Team New Zealand. Would you say it's training camp or you're getting ready for the big days?
Yeah, every day counts right now. Literally every day we make huge inroads. So we don't know who we're racing yet, but we know they're going to be a pretty big competition. So every day we're sailing and learning and developing and just trying to improve as quickly as we can.
Dougal, thank you so much for your time. If you want to find out more information about the America's Cup, there's a smorgasbord of information about the events surrounding the Cup. Just go to www.americascup.com. Dougal, thank you so much for your time and good luck and race well.
My pleasure. Thanks, Jack.